What is up, everyone? It's your boy back at it again with another video. But this time, what we're going to be talking about today is going to be very different than what we normally cover on this channel. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. You might find that I do a lot of reactions, commentary, vlogs, gaming, but today I wanted to talk about something that is actually very serious, that is potentially going to affect all of us worse than how we're already being affected right now. And that is a possible new pandemic that is that has been discovered in China, that could possibly sweep the entire nation. So I have some thoughts of my own on this. I'm not an expert or anything, so I did pull up an article that we can kind of look at together really quick, and then kind of just discuss some thoughts and feelings on this, because this is insane. And we'll talk about 2020. 2020 has been a very rough year for several reasons, and I want to get in depth with that. And also too, if you guys are going through anything in 2020, if 2020 has been very frustrating, let me know why in the comments down below. Or if you guys have had a great 2020 so far, let me know why as well in the comments down below. Feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be adding a new I guess style of content to the channel very soon. Actually, this is one of the new styles of content. Just things that are happening in the world I want to talk about. Now, you guys don't have to watch this if you don't want to, but I figured it'd be very interesting considering everything that's happening. So let's check it. All right, so here we're on BBC News, and we have an article here titled "The Flu Virus with Pandemic Potential Found in China." Let's read through this really quick. So it says a new strain of the flu that has the potential to become a pandemic has been identified in China by scientists. Let's zoom in so you guys can see this as well. It emerged recently and is carried by pigs but can infect humans, they say. The researchers are concerned that it could mutate further so that it can spread easily from person to person and trigger a global outbreak. Again, while it is not an immediate problem, they say it has all the hallmarks of being highly adapted to infect humans and needs close monitoring. As it's new, people could have little or no immunity to the virus. The scientists write in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences that measures to control the virus in pigs and the close monitoring of the swine industry workers should be swiftly implemented. So here's the pandemic threat. I think this is the most important part that we need to cover. And then we're going to talk about this and 2020 so far, and kind of just, have a real talk kind of discussion, right? So it says the pandemic threat, a bad news strain of influenza, is among the top disease threats that experts are watching for, even as the world attempts to bring to an end the current coronavirus pandemic. The last pandemic flu the world encountered, the swine flu outbreak of 2009, was less deadly than initially feared, largely because many older people had some immunity to it, probably because of its similarity to other flu viruses that had circulated years before. That virus, called H1N1 PDM09, is now covered by the annual flu vaccine to make sure people are protected. The new flu strain that has been identified in China is similar to the 2009 swine flu, but with some new changes. So far, it hasn't posed a big threat, but Professor Cheng and colleagues who have been studying it say that it is one to keep an eye on. So how worried should we be? The virus, which researchers call G4EAH1N1, can grow and multiply in the cells that line the human airways. They found evidence of recent infection in people who worked in abattoirs and swine industry in China, who they looked at data from 2011 to 2018. Current flu vaccines do not appear to protect against it, although they could be adapted to do so if needed. Professor Cheng, who works in Nottingham University in the UK, told the BBC, "Right now we're distracted with the coronavirus, and rightfully so, but we must not lose sight of a potentially dangerous new virus. While this new virus is not an immediate problem," he says, "we should not ignore it. In theory, a flu pandemic could occur at any time, but they are still rare events. Pandemics happen, and if a new strain emerges, that can easily spread from person to person. Although flu viruses are constantly changing, which is why the flu vaccine is also needs to regularly keep up, they do not usually go pandemic." Professor James Wood, head of the Department of Veterinary Medicine at the University of Cambridge, said that the work comes as a salutary reminder that we are constantly at risk of new emergence of pathogens and farmed animals with which humans have greater contact with than wildlife may act as the source for important pandemic viruses. So basically, this is serious. It's obviously very serious, and it's yet another thing to worry about for 2020. But 2020 has been a shit show in itself. The beginning of this year started off with the World War III memes because, there was an incident in Israel where the general of, I think, the army and stuff over there got killed and stuff. Apparently he was oppressing his people, and America took it upon themselves to take care of that, and it just sparked a global outrage because Israel was upset, sending death threats, and then we had the Australian forest fires and everything that happened this year, Kobe's death, and then the George Floyd incident. A lot has happened. And all the while, the whole pandemic that we're currently in now popped off in March. The stock market crashed, and we're here right now, with our eyes crossed, and we're all wondering the same thing: what's next? What is next in 2020? And I honestly don't know. Besides this article, right? This article just said that there could possibly be another potentially contagious virus that hasn't even gone full viral yet, and that sucks because I feel like most of this year we've been spending a lot of time at home and stuff. Obviously a lot more people are on the internet, a lot of there's a lot of drama happening now, more eyes are on everybody has I feel like the fact that we're all inside, rightfully so for the pandemic cases and stuff, it has also sparked people to get a cabin fever mentality and start nitpicking and driving wedges between each other for issues that would be otherwise frivolous, in my opinion. I had plans to travel, obviously, to Germany. If you look at most of my channel, recently it's been a lot of German content. I mean, the reason why I named my channel James Bray, it's basically whatever I want to post, whether it be reaction videos, vlogs, whatever. Now, how does that tie into what we were talking about? Well, obviously I can't travel this year, and it's not really a boohoo kind of thing. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I understand why I can't go. It's just very unfortunate, because it's not only that. I mean, other people had travel plans that are canceled as well, but I feel like it's deeper than that. People who want to go see their families can't. And although things are opening up after, the entire world being on legit lockdown, and it was being police enforced, now we're seeing a second wave of what we saw the first time in March, and it's coming back, and there have been talks apparently of a second lockdown. So it's interesting. I don't know what's going to happen in 2020. I hope that it gets better. I hope we leave the year with a very positive note. I guess we leave the 2020 on a positive note, but it seems like every month there's some new stuff that pops up, and it gets worse and worse and worse. So I'm just very curious from you guys, what do you think is next? I mean, it's not even, maybe not even that. The better question is, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing through this whole thing? We literally had a point in time a few months ago where it was hard to buy toilet paper because everybody mass purchased toilet paper. It's insane. I'm not one to live life in fear, so I'm not really worried, but I am very aware of what's going on. Figured we could talk about something a little bit different because I know I post a lot of content and stuff every single day, and I figured, hey, why not just add something new, kind of a gee whiz sort of thing. So let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications, and I'll see you a little later. Take care. Peace.